Are you looking to up-level your networking game in the healthcare industry? In this episode, we discussed practical tips and strategies to build partnerships and attract talent. Stay tuned. Welcome to Provider's Edge, the podcast that helps healthcare entrepreneurs break down barriers and control their business, life, and future with valuable action steps. With me, your host, Sabrina Rumbach, a recovered clinician and a business ambassador. Let's rewrite the rules and create a positive social impact while increasing your profitability. Welcome to another episode of The Provider's Edge. I'm your host, Sabrina Rumbach, and today we have Lillian with us. She is a physician associate of 15 years and mom of 2 young kids, and she created CME Spot, which is a search engine for destination CMEs to help save time and provide convenience when searching for the right CME conferences. Right before we start the show, seems like we go to conferences a lot, and especially end of the year seems to be the high peak conference season. And especially in September, I went to 5 of them. I spoke on 4 of the stages. And then you get all this exciting emotion into it. But how do we use conferences in the best way that we can and actually gain result, not just these CME credits, filling out your surveys and be done, having a certification, but truly gain the experience of property networking, collaboration, creating win-win situation. And that's what we're really hoping to show you guys and then highlight what Lillian have created for us. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much, Sabrina, for having me. And I know your audience is mainly focused on provider practice owner, but I think I can bring some value to help save time, make things convenient to search for CMEs of their choices. Because as providers, we all have to attend CME conference and fulfill these required credits, right? But it doesn't have to be just about getting the 50 or whatever credits that you need, but it's about recharging, reconnecting, networking, and also help prevent provider burnout. I had a problem. I was just taking too much time looking for the right CMEs for me, and I had to look at the locations and the dates and the specialties. And so I came up with a solution, being minded with time saving and solution minded, because as medical providers, we wear a lot of hats. We're moms, we're wives, we're husbands, we are medical providers, business owners, but also we run our household. But often we feel guilty for traveling or going on vacation. And a lot of times you don't want to come back to a full in basket, right? But a lot of times you don't want to leave your patients. So I find that traveling for CME is a really good compromise. You're doing things that, you're going to classes that you have to, but also taking the time to explore and connect, recharge with your family and network with colleagues, and build a network to help you live a fulfilled life, be in business, be in personal, or be in, your professional life.
So true. And how long have you been creating this platform for people?
We are at our infancy stage. We started, the seed kind of started less than a year ago. And my husband, I was online looking for a CME in Hawaii. And my husband, I was just taking hours to look for this specific date. And he said, how come there isn't a website for, all of these CMEs? And I said, you're right, there isn't. So from the start to launching the website, it took us around 8 months or so. And we only launched the website three months ago. And I'm really excited to share what we can do. And it's a way to save time, but also a way to network. And we want to be your one-stop location for all your CME needs.
Exactly. Definitely. I have an executive assistant that does all the search for me, the right places to go, the right connection, especially as a speaker. Yes, you can talk about a lot of things. People love to be engaged, but we also wanted to know we're in front of the right crowd, whether we're there for legislative issues, fought for what we can do, how we can serve our patients, versus you're there to grow in the executive leadership versus going for more of the community feeling of who else in your state that you would be great to connect with, or perhaps that subspecialty, everyone in primary care, everyone in cardiac surgery. Then we can talk in similar languages in a similar fashion. So it's amazing that you guys have finally put this out together. And even though it's new, and running a business is the same thing. Doesn't matter we have a physical location we're in or we have online platform. At the end of the day, we're serving a specific set of population. And that also understand is we need to be sustainable. You have your back end expenses, even though you don't have to have an office space, you still have to spend the marketing, the make sure the SEO works, creating the right content, having the people, labor to do the search, to put it together in a make sense way. So what has been some of the challenges and wins for you as you're putting all this together?
Oh, that's such a great question. Well, for me, I felt like I've never had an entrepreneurship mind, right? And getting into that mindset is really important because, I was going online and doing this data mining. It was taking hours and hours. And that's after 8 hours of work. And that's after putting the kids to sleep. And so we have a very limited amount of time to do this work. But this is my passion. And the hardest thing is, like I said, it's time management, right? And so I have to step back and say, I'm just me. So I was very impatient in the beginning. I'm like, okay, this needs to be done. This needs to be done. But there's the website management, the content creating, the networking, and also trying to get the name out there because we're so new. But the most challenging is actually having that entrepreneurship mindset and also what I call an imposter syndrome, right? And I think all businesses or business owners or entrepreneurs have that imposter syndrome. Who am I to be the expert? But I said, I've been traveling for 15 years as a PA, as a provider. And so I have to think of it as this, I'm providing a solution. And even though it's hard, even though it's uncomfortable, you just push forward and take one step at a time. And I believe in that 1%. Those who know me know that I never do anything 1%. But it's that day to day. You sit down, you look for data. You sit down, you write a post. You sit down, you develop, design a graphic. These are the little things that will accumulate and become, the products that you're proud of. But it's the little steps. And even if there are setbacks, you just find a solution and move forward. I guess to understand what is your big why, right? What is your purpose of creating this product? What is your purpose of owning your own practice? So to understand that and have clarity on that will help drive you forward, even though some days are rough and some days you just feel like, am I doing anything? Am I making a difference? So I think that's how I take it, with the entrepreneurship and the new business.
Lillian shared how she created CME Spa as a solution to save time and provide convenience when searching for CME conferences. We also discussed the challenges
and the wins of being an entrepreneur and the importance of having clarity on your purpose and big why. Stay tuned for the next part of our interview, where we'll dive deeper into the benefits of attending conferences and how to make the most of your experience. If you are a healthcare entrepreneur or startup founder looking to accelerate your social mission and increase profitability, don't hesitate to reach out to me. You can find me on LinkedIn or visit sabrinarumback.com to send me a message. Let's connect and discuss how we can take your healthcare business to the next level.
Yes, you're hitting in the right place that many people, even they're very high functioning, they have the title, they have created different paths of value, they still have that imposter syndrome. It's because in positive psychology, we talk about 10 different ways that we get into our own way. We call them saboteur muscle. So we have to diminish that. And one of those are what we call the stickler. So the stickler is traditionally, we call them the perfectionist. So we have a concept in our head what that perfect image, the perfect output, the perfect result could be. But we don't actually know what other people see. We just have an internalized understanding. So we're trying to constantly beat ourselves to next high level, next big thing, and it's hard to maintain. And one good thing that I really applaud you on is that concept of smaller incremental steps. The research really shown us the cycle of what we need to do. And it's not you have competency, then you act. But it's to do that small step repetitively. Once you do that, that's what you actually build the competency, because it's through your small steps, you can actually self-correct. You can actually see the result. And then that competency will give you more confidence. That confidence will help you to do more. So that cycle really starts by doing, not by having the confidence already. And that's a crucial thing for anybody, whether you're beginning of building your healthcare practice, a business, even a startup, versus people who are senior when they start thinking, oh, what's the next hype? What? There's new project. There's new way we can better engage with our patient. There's new way that I can better engage with other doctors in my area, right? And it's just all these newer hyper excitement, but we have to make sure we do it in a way that makes sense for us. And I'm glad that you have a partner. I believe you said you have a partner in this with you, so you can at least hand off some of the work so you don't get into that chaotic state. And then, so even as you're new, so share with the other people who are newer on their entrepreneur journey. What did you find that worked best for you when your primary goal right now is client engagement, right? Connecting with other people more. What has worked best?
I think part of it is, you're right, just to do, right? I remember sitting there trying to create a Canva graphic, and it had to look perfect, and the wording has to be perfect. But you're right. It's the ability just to create what you believe in and then execute it. And then if you need to pivot, then you pivot. But I would consider myself somewhat of an introvert. And to get out of this space, you have to have this button to turn on. And I remember, I'm the type who sits back and just observe. And recently, I actually went to these conferences and approached providers. And it's very intimidating, right? And my advice for these new entrepreneurs and just anyone who wants to go into business is just networking and having connection. It doesn't matter who you're talking to. If you can voice your dreams, your belief, your business, what you believe in, and what products you're creating, that's how you sell yourself, right? It doesn't matter if you're talking to someone next to you on the plane. They could be someone who have businesses and have connections. And I just started doing things. I talked to people, and people started reaching out to me. And within a couple weeks of having the website on, there were CME providers that says, hey, can you list our CME? And we'll give you some tickets for you to go. And we were able to raffle those off for our audiences. And we were able to use that same connection to obtain like a coupon code, 20% off for PA week for our community. And that was just, I felt like that's such a big win coming from someone who just started this website, just started the social media. And all of this has been organic. There's no marketing. It's just connecting with people like you, Sabrina. And there's just a wide range of network out there. So don't be shy. Get out of your shell, even though it's hard. Get out of your shell and just take that step forward. Have a product or a business you believe in and just talk to anybody, anyone who will listen. That will, I think it kind of makes things more concrete, more tangible when you talk about it and you believing in yourself and what you do.
I think that's a really crucial point. We know networking can be used as collaborating. And when we're thinking about that partnership that you can be building, that's what we really want when you go into events, when you go talk to anybody, whether for a just quick coffee chat or for a thing that you potentially could build a long-term relationship. We wanted to go in. That's one of the main talk that I even bring out. What do you have to do to attract those A players and be a magnet for the talent? Because that's how you can create a synergy. Because at the end of the day, we wanted to create a win-win situation. That means you have things to offer and you're also very clear about what's your ask. And then same thing for that other people to see your value and understand their ask. If we're not clear and if we have too many asks, typically we say 1 to 3, right? And if you have too many over things, then people get so confused on, I don't even know what to do at this point, because then their mind have to think way too hard to even get to what you need to do. So really keep it concise and be brilliant, right? Like be both. And we know definitely as busy professionals, whether you are running a whole practice, you create a whole business as a side and transitional to full-time or vice versa, it's about creating balance. Now, I don't really truly believe in balance because you can't possibly put everything on the balance being like, oh, how do I do this, right? But it's intentional harmony that we can create about the quality of time and return on investment that we can focus on. So that being said, Lillian, what are some things that you've been able to do or you're hoping to up level to create that harmony in your life?
Lillian and I discussed the importance of taking actions and networking to build your business. She shared her personal struggle with imposter syndrome and how she overcame it by taking small steps toward her goals. We also talked about the power of networking and how it can lead to unexpected opportunities for your business. As busy professionals, we need to create intentional harmony in our lives and focus on the quality of time we spend on different aspects of our lives and our business. As Lillian shared her strategies for balancing work and family life, including setting boundaries and being mindful of how she spends her time. Overall, it was a great conversation about the challenges and rewards of entrepreneurship and how to stay focused on your goals while maintaining balance in your life.
Well, I truly believe that living a fulfilled life is important. And what that definition is different for everybody, right? What is your fulfillment? What is that definition for you? For me, the most important is to be able to make a difference. And one of the purpose of the website, this business, is to be a vehicle of charity. I feel that education is really important. And I came from a very humble beginning, and education has helped me to get where I am. And I would love for the CME spot to be able to generate enough income where we can provide opportunities for future medical providers, healthcare professionals, as in scholarship. I volunteer for a few medical missions. I also help, raise funds to build schools in third world countries. But for me, filling your cup keeps you going. And what does that mean? For me, I also go hiking, I go running. It could mean just you sitting in the morning, getting your cup of coffee. That could be your definition of filling your own cup. But I do believe that you have to fill yours first before you can fill anybody's, including your patients or even your business, right? So understanding your why and ways to fill up your cup and live a fulfilled life is, I think, the most important part.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you sharing with us your adventure, your support, your mission. I'm sure people can all gain the benefit of going to CME Spot to find the best resources for them continue education, but more importantly, learn the best way to network and then create those win-win situations. And then we appreciate everyone who has been here. We don't ask you to pay us anything, but we ask you to pay it forward. So please share with your colleagues who can also benefit from being the best leaders in this healthcare space to support each other. Until next time, bye-bye.
In today's episode, we discussed major key points of how to leverage building strategic partnerships and attract the right talents when you are in networking events and attending conferences. If you stay tuned to this episode, most likely you're looking to shift something around the way you do business in order to create a better life for yourself and for those you care for. To recap, number 1, we talked about imposter syndrome affects even high-functioning individuals and can be caused by various internalized beliefs and behaviors that hold us back. To overcome it, we need to diminish self-imposed pressure and take smaller incremental steps to build confidence and competency. Number 2, networking and making connections is crucial for anyone starting a new business or venture. By voicing your dream and beliefs, you can attract like-minded individuals and build long-term relationships that can lead to collaboration and partnerships. Number 3, to attract the best talent, we need to be both clear about our value proposition and asks, and also understand the value proposition and ask of the other people. Number 4, create intentional harmony rather than balance in life that can help us manage the competing demands of work, personal life, and self-care. This means prioritizing and focusing on quality time and return on investment, rather than trying to juggle everything equally. Number 5, filling your cup first is essential before you can fill others. This means understanding your own definition of fulfillment and taking time to engage in activities that bring you joy, whether that's going for a run, hiking, or simply having a cup of coffee. Number 6, by paying it forward and sharing knowledge and resources with colleagues, we can all become better leaders and support each other in the healthcare space. Thank you for tuning in to Provider's Edge today. We hope you enjoyed our latest episode and found the insights and tips helpful. We'd love to hear your feedback on the show and learn what topics you'd like us to cover in the future episodes. So please take a moment to leave us a review on your favorite podcast platform or LinkedIn and let us know what you think. Your feedback is essential to help us improve the show and provide you with the content you need to take your healthcare business to the next level. Thank you for your support, and we look forward to hearing from you soon.